Today I'm going to give you 3 free techniques, won't cost you a dime, won't cost you a penny, to make you a more successful hunter when you go in the woods, no matter what the target animal may be. First of all is cover scent, second of all is your cover when you're hunting, and the third is the most important. That will be a surprise. Stay tuned. So the first technique I want to share with you is cover scent. Yeah, I know it's a lot easier to go to your local sporting goods store or Walmart or Bass Pro Shops or whatever. Well, if you're like me, you don't want to go spend the money on it. I look for the free, simple, and easiest way that I can be effective in the woods. Get you some leaves and sticks and start your little fire. Smoking. The more smoke you have, the better, and just get it started good and let it burn. Once again, I can't stress enough about the safety part of it. And I do backpack, I do gun, gloves, hat, everything I can around it. So you just get a bunch of smoke. Get as much smoke as you can and just kind of swirl in it. Just get it all over you. But since it's off season, it's a good time to go look around, maybe fixing some things up to set in or around. For me, I don't use a tree stand. I don't buy the high dollar camo. I buy whatever I can afford, usually from Walmart or catching on sale at Bass Pro Shops. There's nothing wrong with that. Back when I was a little kid, we wore whatever we had. We didn't have camo. We didn't have these real trees and tree barks and all that kind of stuff. All we had was whatever we had and whatever we could find that was warm. If you wore a flannel shirt and some long johns and 2 or 3 pair of long johns on the bottom, because I tell you, in Pocahontas County, West Virginia, it was cold in deer season. It was snow, it was cold, it was wind. You did what you had to do. You didn't really even have insulated boots. You put on as many socks as you could stand that would fit inside whatever kind of boot you had. So, and I like to keep that tradition alive. So this next tip I'm going to show you will be going into the woods and taking Winnie, and shoot, she might even find a squirrel or two to chase. But stay tuned and watch here for a few minutes and hang with us and watch till the end. The best one is at the end, I promise you. So just stay with me till the very end. Hey everybody, that's Winnie. She is half lab, half border collie. She's super smart. So come here. She wouldn't harm a flea unless you were an animal, of course. She's something else, I tell you. I'm going to raise puppies out of her as soon as she comes in season. My son has a West Siberian Lacka, full-blooded. I'm going to breed him to her. Hopefully have some really good puppies. And I'm going to try to hang on to 1 or 2 of them. Squirrel hunt, rabbit hunt, whatever they want to tree or run. I mean, that's fine. My passion is bear hunting. My second passion is deer hunting. But my ultimate passion is praising God for all He's done. And I advise you, if you haven't found Him and accepted Jesus Christ as your own personal Savior, now's the time. There's no better time than now. I mean, I'm in the woods. There's nobody around. At least I think there's nobody around. I mean, if you feel led, you can get down on one knee here. You can say, God, just, I've been a heathen. I've been a sinner all my life. And God, that's been me. I've been a heathen, a sinner. My whole life, I'm still not free of sin. But my debt has been paid by Jesus Christ, the one and only way to heaven. And feel free to contact me. Comment in the comments down below. Ask me how I know. Because let me tell you, I got plenty of stories to tell you. Some of them are pretty, a lot of them are ugly. But they all ended up in His hands, and I am forgiven. Praise God. All this is easier if I had a big farm to hunt on, side by side to ride around in, and someone to take me to my stand and drop me off and come back and pick me up. But I don't have that. I don't have that luxury, nor do I have the capabilities of getting that luxury. But this is kind of where I go. This is my path leading to just one of the places I hunt. Yeah, it's not the most desirable. It's not far. I'm not going to hunt anywhere that's going to make it a chore. Yeah, sometimes it's easier than others, but you know, I try to, where I hunt, to be the most effective and the most easiest way I can to get it out without killing myself. Because you never know, it could be the last 15-20 minutes of light left in that buck of a lifetime, or that monster bear or whatever you're chasing walks out. You drop him, guess what? It's just you. You know, when I walk into my stand, you watch all these channels and shows and instructions, and when you're walking into your stand to go in the right wind direction or go in the path or don't go through bedding ground, and I agree with all of that. But where I hunt, it's getting a little clearer now, as you can see, I don't have that opportunity. I don't have the opportunity to come around on the back side of the property and go by a different trail or come in a different direction the wind's blowing. I'm in the mountains. Mountains are a whole lot different hunting than on fields and farms and ranches and in the back of a truck or whatever the case may be. And I'm not knocking any of that. Trust me, if I could do all of that, I would. Because it's a heck of a lot easier. Whew. But you know, I'm out here. But I will give you another trick of the trade, is if you're going to hunt, try to pick hunting places where you're walking in uphill. That way, if you do have to, or if you do kill something, it's a downhill drag. It's not always going to be easy, like I said a few minutes ago. It's not always going to be easy. If it's easy, anybody can do it. But look at this. You might not be able to tell it as much. It's not real steep. But if I had to drag something up that way, it's a lot harder than dragging something down that way. But with that being said, let's move on to the next spot. Winnie, you ain't found nothing to chase, have you? Come on. Well, as I walk up to one of my favorite spots, it's a nice pond. I was sitting here last year, hadn't been here 5 minutes. Here come 2 deer. It was hot. That's why I like this spot early in the year, early bow season. It was hot. 2 deer come from that direction, jumped in the pond. I'll put a picture up the best I can. But they swam around the pond. I've never seen anyone do that. They swam around the pond a couple times, jumped out, took off, playing, running around. I mean, what kind of fun was that? A few minutes later, here they come back again. They come back in the same path, jump back in the same pond. Here I sat, bow in my hand. Can't shoot them in the water. I mean, I guess I could have, but it wouldn't have been an ethical shot. But anyway, they hopped back out. Never could get a shot on them with the bow, crossbow to be exact. They run off again. Thank God I didn't kill them, because it wasn't long after that, here they come back. But this time they had old horny head with him. Come right on through, come right on through, come right on through. I took the shot, and guess what? He kept on going right on through, and right on through, and on out of sight. But you know, that's hunting. You're going to have those days, unfortunately. But I'd rather miss as wound. And we all do it. We're all guilty of it. I'm no exception. You're no exception. And none of the professionals are no exception. One other thing I want to bring up. Bring it here, Winnie. Bring it here. You see this? If you don't know what that is, that's a balloon. Now, whether somebody let it off on purpose or accident or whatever the case may be, if you see stuff like this, pick it up. Stop turning the balloons loose. They go nowhere but in the woods. We need to stop. We need to pick the trash up. We need to quit tearing stuff up. This is not our territory. This is the animals' territory. They provide for us. Let's provide for them. And try again. Look here. Go get it. I ain't never trained her to fetch in water. She'll fetch. She'll bring it to me, whether it be an animal or a ball or a frisbee, but I got to work on that. She's a good dog, though. She might be a pain in the tush sometimes, but she's a good, loyal friend. Well, just finished up. Winnie was being a little hard-headed, like most dogs are. She wanted to go find something else a long way off, and I don't like to let her too far out of my sight. But anyway, it's time for technique number 2. You can see behind me, Winnie, she knows she got in trouble, but if you can see behind me here, I've took some old logs and limbs and sticks and whatever else I could find. Just kind of made me like a little blind to get in. Didn't cost me a penny. That's what it's all about. Don't cost you a penny. I have a friend that got out of the military, and he was an avid hunter. He climbed up in his tree stand a few years ago, 3 or 4, I don't even remember now, but didn't take the safety precautions, fell out, and now he's confined to a wheelchair. He's paralyzed from the belly button down. And even then, if I didn't already not want to get in a tree stand, that just confirmed it. Anyway, he's a great friend of mine. I met him through an organization, and I'm going to go ahead and brag on it too. It's called Warriors in the Field. It's in the Elkins, West Virginia, nonprofit organization, not to be confused with the Wounded Warrior Project. They take veterans out hunting and fishing. I've been volunteering for them now for 4 years. And when you take those veterans out and you see the smile on their face and you see how much joy it brings to them, especially ones like my buddy that is paralyzed, that when he went, it's only been a few months since he'd had his accident, and that was his real first outing. And I tell you what, it was almost a tearful moment. It's almost a tearful moment right now. I'll put a link to their website in the description down below. Warriors in the Field. But anyway, this is the second free. I got on a soapbox. See how that works? Anyway, this is a free technique. Don't cost nothing. Very effective. Just one tree, one limb, one bush, one anything. Kind of break up your outline. The deer supposedly can't see in colors. They can kind of pick up on blues and different things, but they don't really pick up on red, but they do pick up on your silhouette. Especially if you got the sun at your back. They can pick you up right now. But even when you think you're hidden the most, you're not hidden the most, I promise you. Because the deer, even in that, you turn the wrong way, look the wrong way, blink your eyes, whatever, the deer can see you. So you can kind of take this as an extra precaution. So you try to do what you can to put the odds in your favor. But I tell you, if the timing's not right, it's not going to be in your favor. It's going to be in their favor. Because they know these woods. Their senses are set up for people, for the enemy as we are to them. No, I don't put out any bait or none of that kind of stuff to even the odds. 1, it's illegal. 2, I'm not carrying it all the way back here. And 3, it's not good for them. People can say what they want. Their natural stuff is what's good for them. Their systems are set up. Now I'll get flack for this, and I know I will. If you buy that stuff that's processed in a plant or in a store, or shouldn't say in a store, processed in a facility, sold in a store, that stuff's got chemicals that we don't know nothing about. Yeah, they might claim that it works for deer, and it might work for deer, or it might work for squirrels or rabbits or coons or whatever, but is it good for them? That's a debate for another time too. But anyway, it's almost time for the third comment, and I'm going to get in a little blind I made. Third comment. See, I can mess up too. It's almost time for the third technique, the most important. Winnie will probably interrupt that a little bit, but I'm going to get in this little blind I made, and this is something I do every single time I go in the woods. It might not be as soon as I get there, because as soon as I get there, I gotta dry off and put my clothes on, and not that I'm coming up here naked, but I gotta dry off and put my warm clothes on that I've carried up here, because the time you walk up here, you wring them wet. And by the way, if you notice this hat, Mountain Music and Mules, they have a YouTube channel also. Great group of people. I follow their channel, like what they do. They bear hunt with hounds and ride mules and try to teach and do things the right way. Just give them a watch. If you like what you see, subscribe, like it. Speaking of, I haven't even said that. See that button right down in here somewhere? I don't know exactly where it'll be to you, but to me it's down below here. It's got the subscribe, got that little hand that goes. If you would be so kind as to hit both of those. You'll probably tired of hearing me talk. But anyway, I got one more tip I want to give you. Most important. So, here we go. Come on in here, Winnie. I mean, you'll sit here and talk about it. We'll have to make some minor adjustments. So I come in here and I get in my stand in the mornings and evenings or whatever. And I kick back for a few minutes and let my heart rate slow down and all that slow down. And I put my clothes on and sit down, especially if it's before daylight. I love to come in the woods before daylight and watch it come alive. Lay down. Lay down. Thank you. You stink. As it gets daylight, but the first thing I do is take the old hat off, close my eyes, and I just thank the Lord. I say, Lord, you know, thank you for waking me up. Thank you for blessing me to have the opportunity to come out here and just enjoy your creation, Lord. And first of all, I'll pray for safety. Lord, keep me safe and keep all the hunters safe and keep the animals safe until they come in front of my bullet or arrow. But Lord, you know, I ask that you provide me the opportunity, and the same opportunity goes for anyone. Winnie, you're worrying me to death. Lay down. She's a brat. She's spoiled, as you can tell. Not that I wanted this video to go, but I sit down and this is what she does. I think she might just be a little bit spoiled. But anyway, I always thank God. And you know, I've been sitting and come into a spot, and shame on me for getting to pray, because I've done it many times, and sit down and think about different things and get my mind off of it. And like, I hadn't seen anything. Like, you know why I hadn't seen nothing? Forgot to pray. So I'll bow my head and pray, and I have literally been in the process of saying the prayer, still have my eyes closed and hear something walking. As soon as I say, Lord, please, if it's your will, provide me the opportunity, and I hear something walking. There's many examples why he's real, why he's blessing us. Once again, it's my first video, real video of talking and getting out in the woods, and I would appreciate it. Constructive criticism. Tell me what I done right. Tell me what I done wrong, because I know I did a whole lot wrong. One being bringing this silly thing. Anyway, God bless. We love you. Hope to see you around.